things that come to mind.
Very good. Other comments?
Ranking Member, thanks for the question. So any force we deploy forward, man, organized, trained, equipped, certified, ready to go, and they deploy. And upon their return, there's a requirement to reset that force, just as part of our force generation cycle. And so long as we're able to maintain the deployment to dwell ratios for the time it takes to reset that force, we're in a good spot and in a good position. And currently, we're maintaining those ratios with the force. So this is just indicative of the force generation process.
Takes into account the current deployment into the Middle East that's going on?
For the current sea-based deployment, sir?
Yes.
Yeah, that force was scheduled to deploy. They deployed, and they ended up where they are today based on an allocation decision. But they were already certified and worked up and deployed.
Air Force?
Ranking Member, great question. Similar to my counterparts, we'll need to work through the reset of those forces as they come back from the deployment. Also, I'll add spares, a really important topic and an important issue. I outlined how we've previously invested 85%, this year 86%, next year 93%. That was before the conflict. And so we've got a lot of work to do to replenish our stocks. Whether that comes in the form of a supplemental reconciliation or something else, defer to the Congress, but there'll be some work to do to replenish the stocks that we're going through in support of the conflict.
Hey, sir, I just add for the Space Force, you know, it's less about the equipment for us, that the spacecraft for the most part are in space. But for the crew force, the need to grow the Space Force so we have time to do advanced training with our crews that aren't on duty supporting the combatant commands. You know, just like all the services, we generate that readiness. We expect the combatant commands to spend it, but we have to have that training time when they're not working for the combatant commands. And so these growth numbers you see for us will allow the Space Force to really train the off-duty crews, if you will, who aren't working for U.S. Space Command at the time against those advanced threats.
Jack, if I might take your 1 minute and 36 seconds that you didn't take and ask another question. Thank you. The operational pace over the last several months has been extraordinary. Talked about munitions. We haven't discussed that at all here. It's a question which subcommittee's responsible for the munitions. It is a huge issue. And it's one that we're going to have to spend some of our time on, and and I'm sure other subcommittees and the full committee will also. There's a whole set of issues that have to do with your bases and their readiness, PSYOP. We haven't discussed that in detail here for some time, but we should. We also need to be very, very aware that the burn rate of the munitions puts in jeopardy the readiness of our military. And we're going to need to hear from all of you what needs to be done and the pace. You've said it's in the reconciliation. We're talking about $1.5 trillion request. And if there's ever an oh my God, that's it. My questions are going to go, is that necessary, or do you have the capability in the base to address these readiness issues? Those are questions that are going to be asked in the future. I've consumed the chairman's 1 minute, 36 seconds. And with that, Mr. Chairman, thank you for your generosity.
Oh, the pleasure is mine. And of course, there's the chairman's magic minute, which I forgot to tell you about. Number one, thank you to all of you. The preparation that goes into this testimony, I guarantee I know from firsthand experience from a couple of decades ago, sitting where you are. Thank you for that. When we met, bad news doesn't get better with time. Sooner you let us know what's going on, we can keep the brush fires from becoming forest fires. We count on that because everybody here on the committee and on the subcommittee especially knows that in the military, you get assigned a mission, you plan the mission, you execute the mission, you do the after-action lessons, and you move on to whatever's next. Readiness is a continuous thread that runs through all of that. So what we've covered today, we need to keep the pressure on in a positive way so that we know, we as in the members here, know where we are so we don't get surprised, minimize surprises. Thank you. And with that, this hearing is adjourned. Thank you.